Base Infotech India Private Limited is a 23-year-old company, and we are enterprise solution and software solution company, where we provide security solutions and software solutions to our customers. So we have been doing this Microsoft since almost 15 to 20 years, and we are gold certified partner of Microsoft. Earlier, we used to do Microsoft paper licensing business, but since Microsoft has launched cloud, so we are focusing on cloud. So we do Microsoft 365 and Microsoft Azure. With that, we have our separate team for security products, which is taken care by some other team. So today we have joined this call to know Microsoft 365 Business Premium features and all. So earlier Microsoft this Microsoft 365 Business Premium is launched recently. So earlier there was product called Microsoft 365 Business Standard, but in that Microsoft had like Office Suite and then mailing solution and then Teams. But later Microsoft launched this business premium product, which includes your Office solution and then mailing solution Teams. With that, they have added few technical feature, security features like Intune and then Azure Information Protection and all. So that the reason we are conducting these workshop for Microsoft 365 Business Premium, and we are educating our customers how it will help us in our day-to-day life and day-to-day our professional life. So Sushant from our technical team will be guiding us, and he will show us a demo of Microsoft 365 Business Premium. So he will take us through the features and then demo and then uh, yeah. So if we have any queries, so that you can raise your hand in between, or else at the end of the discussion, at the end of the demo, we can have a question answer session where you can ask your queries, and technical Sushant Sable will answer to your queries. Sushant Sable is our technical associate, and he is handling Microsoft 365 business technical queries and technical pre-sales. I mean to say, Sushant Sable is our pre-sales and support. He's from support team, so he will guide us the features and in detail demo of Microsoft 365 business solution. He's having experience around 5 to 6 years, and he's handling Microsoft 365 support for our customers. And he was involved in one of the he has done so many webinars, and he has done so many implementation part of Microsoft 365 Business Premium and Microsoft 365 other products also. Sushant, that's it from my side. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the call. Over to you, Sushant. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vishal. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Microsoft 365 SMB workshop and immersion experience. My name is Sushant, and I'm working as a technical associate in a Pace Infotech India Private Limited. We have a great session planned for today, designed just for SMBs like yours. We'll be covering a lot in the 90 minutes we have. We will hear about the challenges SMBs are facing today in area of collaboration, security, and mobile device management. We'll then dive into a demo experience that shows how Microsoft 365 and related solutions solve these challenges for SMBs. After that, we will conclude with the group discussion and answer any key questions. We know that uh, SMBs are the backbone of our economy. They are what keeps us running, and they are the reason so many of our communities thrive. The Small Business Association tells that in the United States alone, there are 30.7 million small businesses which account for 99.9% of all US businesses. Yet their presence is often silent. They often don't have flashy brand or the attention of Wall Street, but they are a permanent fixture in all of our lives. When the pandemic hit, businesses all over the world had to scramble and adapt. Many small and medium-sized businesses really struggled with these challenges and didn't know if they would be able to make it through. Maybe some of you in the workshop are experiencing this struggle. Now, a year later, we need to rethink work. It's no longer a place you go, it's a set of activities that people need to be able to perform from anywhere, no matter the type of small or medium businesses you run. Companies around the world are embracing hybrid work, and that shift has been particularly rapid for the SMBs who completely transformed the way they work and introduced a set of new solutions into their day-to-day work lives. Like restaurants that switch from in-person dining to online ordering and curbside pickup. Doctors who switched from in-person appointment to the telemedicine or companies that switch from in-person document challenge exchanges to cloud hosting and remote signing. As we continue adapting to the new normal, one thing is clear, life as we knew it before the pandemic will not return. Our research shows that employees want the best of both worlds. Over 70% of workers want flexible remote work option to continue, and 66% of decision makers are planning to redesign spaces to accommodate hybrid work option. This new normal has demonstrated that in order to thrive, businesses need to invest in developing capabilities in three key areas: real time collaboration, security, and they need to support hybrid work and manage devices outside our wall. Old legacy and on-premises solutions don't solve those challenges. Point solutions don't solve those challenges. A comprehensive integrated solution will help businesses and partners collaborate, be secure, manage devices, and save cost. And business owners around the world recognize the need to get a modern technology stack with benefit of cloud-based collaboration, productivity, and security. The need for this has never been greater as those data points show. Small businesses owners understand the need to accelerate their digital transformation. They often just don't know where to start. Increasingly, they recognize that their businesses are vulnerable to phishing, ransomware, and other security threats. But again, they aren't sure what to do about it. And they know that and they know they need to conserve cash in order to weather uncertain times. But together with the right tool at hand, we can help to grow your business. Microsoft 365 is designed to equip businesses owners to respond to these three key challenges. In this presentation, I will show you how our solution. let you be more collaborative and connect your people, secures your business with technology you can trust, and find easier, more secure ways to manage apps and devices. But you may ask, what is Microsoft 365? In a few words, Microsoft 365 is a productivity cloud across work and life. It's designed to help you achieve more with apps, intelligence, cloud services, and world-class security. And it's a powerful tool for SMBs, whether you are a business of 100 or business of one. But I will rather show you. But before we dive into immersive experience, it's important to clarify that all of what you are about to see and touch, Teams, Office applications, and all the integrated security tools are included in the business premium. For this demo experience, I would like you to imagine that we all are work for a small company of fewer than 50 employees called Northwind Bicycle. We design, manufacture, and distribute high-end bikes. Imagine also that customers are coming back to the showroom and the company website. Through customer outreach and research, it became clear that customers were interested in Northwind e-bike. We responded with NWB 2000 model. Now that most of us are working remotely, making a new bike model could be harder than it was in the past, right? But even when working on site pre-pandemic, our employees have had challenges in collaborating because of mix of disconnected communication and sharing tools. Also, a lot of us are using multiple mobile devices like Android phones, iPhones, and Surface tablets, making it hard to manage and protect data. Solving these challenges will be critical when spreading the word about a new e-bike model and boosting much needed sales. Let's say that Northwind management has decided to adopt a more unified, secure approach to collaboration. Microsoft 365 will not only deliver an integrated collaboration experience throughout the tools like Teams and Office applications, but will deliver it with security top of mind while also reducing cost for Northwind. Let's dive in. Like most of us, I work from home, and one of the first thing I do every morning is turn on my PC and log into my Office applications portal, where I can see all my important tools I need for the day. This usually means remembering a password, and we all know how much fun it can be to remember all of those. So when I power up my PC, did you notice the little bouncing eye on the lock screen? That's a Windows Hello for businesses. Using uh, Using the front camera of my device, it recognizes my face and then uses my face as my password. How incredible is that? It turned out that passwords are the hash one security threat. According to recent 2020 version data breach report, 80% of hacking related breaches used either stolen or a weak password. There is an industry movement called passwordless that Microsoft and other leading technical organizations are campaigning to do away with passwords in favor of more secure methods like Windows Hello and using multi-factor authentication. Something you will see a lot during this experience today are these kinds of security movements. We know that SMBs are interested in increasing efficiency, boosting productivity, and reducing a cost. But security is extremely important, and within all Microsoft 365 solution and Office application, security isn't a bolt on thing. Security has to be embedded into everything we do here at Northpoint to secure our data while being protected from phishing attempts, ransomwares, and other types of cyber attacks. Now that I am logged in, I can get to work. I will hope on my browser and to the I head to the My App portal. Let's all launch our My App portal by going to theoffice.com. As we can see, we are already signed into all of our Office applications and can quickly jump into document we have recently worked on or that have been shared with us, which is great. We call this single sign-on, and it's built into the Microsoft 365 security system. We can also access all company-approved third-party applications from the same location. And because of single sign-on, we don't have to worry about remembering multiple passwords. We can use the same window passwords to access any of the apps we need. Finally, with all of us working remotely, the Microsoft authenticator application provides further protection in MFA. Our phones provide an extra layer of security on the top of our PIN or fingerprint, as we can see, use authenticator to sign in into Outlook, OneDrive, Office, or more. We are also able to protect our account with two-step verification. You can see when I'm trying to open, it is asking for the approve sign in. So I approve the sign in. As a Northwind project lead on the new e-bike, I touch lots of different part of the businesses, and I generally start with emails. So I will open my Outlook applications, which you are seeing here on my screen. But you can also access Outlook in a browser, which is what I would like you to do, so we can compare the experiences. As, as you can see, my Outlook desktop applications and your browser experience are very similar. It's look like someone sent me a latest update on the NWB 2000 e-bike press release. That's a great because it's going to be sent out soon. So other security movement, even just clicking on press and release and opening it in the Microsoft Word from my email. Security tool like Microsoft Defender automatically scan the document and as it's opening to make sure it doesn't contain malware or anything suspicious. You might have just missed that because of scan now happens so quickly, but it's important to know that Microsoft doesn't just assume an email document is secure, there are safeguards in place. It looks like this file is okay, and depending on how it's been saved or protected by the document owner, I can either start adding edit, or it will be open in the protected view, which prompt me to take an action to enable editing. We will be taking more in bit about the document protection. Now I can save this file to the Northwind OneDrive for safekeeping and easy universal access. In a fact, for convenience, document automatically saved to your unique OneDrive folder. Let's go ahead and click on the OneDrive to see where the document is securely stored. It's already stored over here. Now we are going to all need to collaborate on this. Release, and best way to collaborate on the document is to have it one place where I can all work on it together without having to keep sharing it out or worrying about the version control. We are going to be doing a lot together in the Microsoft Teams in a few minutes. So for now, I'm going to copy this press and release into the Teams location right from OneDrive. And when we all go to the Teams, we'll have access to it there and can co-author. Before we leave OneDrive, it's worth mentioning that OneDrive is a leader in collaboration cloud document solution. It lets our Northwind employees share files on any device, anywhere, and secure work from data loss, viruses, and other types of cyber attacks. One example of OneDrive's security abilities is how it can scan document for private information and then automatically classify any of those documents as a confidential. And SMB owners can set policies that best suit our needs. Microsoft receives a PCI security standard data security standard certification for OneDrive and certifies that it can help to securely store credit card data, which is great for a lot of SMBs and their customers. Back in your Outlook browser tab, we can see an email from our payroll department about updating our benefit. It looks legitimate. What do we think? If you said it looks a little off, you are right. This is a classic phishing attempt. This have increased dramatically during our period of remote work. Attacks to get our employees or our organizations information are on the rise. We give up username and password to the bad actors and we stand to pay a high price. Let's look at how Microsoft help us with these kinds of attacks and attempts. Microsoft has been analyzing threats during and after the pandemic, and one of the biggest threat is the pandemic related email phishing attempt. That could be phishing attempt related to unemployment benefits or fake request that appears to be coming from our company's HR department. Now more than ever, awareness and education is so important to help everyone to recognize potential of phishing attempt. So we have launched into our day securely and have all the tools we need to be productive. But what about the collaborating? Where we spend most of our time at the North Point is in Microsoft Teams. So this is the Microsoft Teams. We are going to dive into much of what Microsoft Teams has to be offer all up. But for now, the great news is that we are all in one very important aspect of the Teams environment right now, a Teams meeting. When you clicked on the invite link you received, you were invited as a full license member of Microsoft Teams. So today you will be able to take advantage of most of the great features in our Microsoft Teams. I should note that because we wanted you to have a full access, you had to take a few extra steps. But when you are invite your customers or vendors to a Teams meeting, they will just go straight to the lobby without the sign-in steps. So it's really easy to get third parties in Teams meeting even if they don't have the Teams application. So you can see over here. Sorry. While we are here in the Teams meeting, there is a lot we can do to collaborate. First, I will select the camera icon to turn on my camera. Feel free to do the same so we can all see each other. Since we are all working remotely most of the time, can we talk about the settings? Maybe we don't want to show people our home, office, or wherever we choose to work, or maybe we just want to browse things up during the monotony of working from home every day. Teams gives us a many option for changing background if you just want other participants to see you or not get distracted by what's going on in your environment, you could select the blur background option. So you can able to. Teams also offer the variety of fun backgrounds you can use, whether it's an office, it's an beach, or it's a spaceship deck. You can also create a custom background. Maybe you like a certain film backdrop, or a place that's really you, you will just upload the image and use it for the background. I don't know about you, but working remotely for such an extended period of time uh, can make it hard to feel like we are together. One tool Microsoft has built into the teams to address this is together mode. The together mode is a great because it takes all our camera feeds and put us into the certain environment together. Go ahead and give it try and see all the options for the together mode. You can able to change this scenes from here as well. To exit this mode, you would just scroll down to select two and select the gallery option. After setting up the background, I will sometimes turn on my live captioning. It's a great feature to keep up with what's being said in the real time and is an effective accessibility tool for individuals who are living with hearing impairment. As a project lead, I often to get a lots of people's attention throughout the day. Some of my favorite features which carry across the teams include ability to chat and to mention my colleagues. While we are in the meeting like we are now, all participants can easily chat. I like to use this feature when I have a side comment during the meeting or want to send a link or a file. Go ahead and find the quotation bubble at the top of the meeting window. Uh, Click on that and it will launch a chat window on the right. Feel free to start chatting in the window. Also, if you want to get someone's attention, try placing the @ symbol before their name. Mentioning works almost everywhere in the Microsoft 365. In your connected organization, you can mention co-workers in a meeting, in the standard Teams applications, and even in Word and PowerPoint document when you are commenting. If you really want to get someone's attention, you can mention them. Use the explanation mark icon to mark your message as important or urgent. You can also share a file via chat in the meeting. I will just share the link to that e-bike press release we saw before. We'll be coming back to this document later. Chatting doesn't have to be all businesses all the time. We like to have a fun. So we will find all the standard chatting tools here like emoji, GIF, and stickers. Go ahead and send some fun emojis, stickers, and animated GIF. For GIF, you can do a search for a particular mood or keyword you want to convey. When you are done, go ahead and close out the chat window by clicking on the chat icon again. Now that we have seen the chatting, let's have a look what else makes Microsoft Teams so collaborative. One of the things I like to do during the meeting is to show a bit of emotions. I just like in Teams chat, there are animated emojis we can send. For example, if the team member has a great announcement, I might use the applause emoji to give them a hand. Maybe someone says something humorous, I might use the laugh emoji. There is also the heart emojis. Using these can really brighten up someone's day. How many times you have been in a meeting and wanted to say something, but you just feel like you can't jump in? For that, we can use the raise hand function. I use this often when there are multiple people on the call and I want to say something addictive. Go ahead and raise your hand. And once you are finished, you will just click on the raise hand again to put it will deactivate it. Something else that's super important in my day to day, especially when there is a lot to keep up with, is the record option. The meeting owner and anyone connected in the organization to the meeting owner can initiate the recording. I will go ahead and start the recording now, and that displays an alert that the meeting is being recorded. So how can we preserve and access this meeting recording? The person who start the recording will actually get a link or a media file on their OneDrive and can share that out to the meeting attendees. Finally, it finally it's hard to talk about the collaboration without whiteboarding. Do you remember the good old days when we could walk into the meeting room, pull the cap of fresh marker, and start drawing out our ideas? Early in the remote work, Microsoft saw the importance of this capability and built it into the teams. When I select my share screen option, we all usually think of that as sharing a document or a PowerPoint or even our desktop. Now you can launch a whiteboard within a Teams meeting as a screen share. I have heard from our folk in the marketing and sales that they are working hard to determine where signage for the new e-bike would go in our retail showroom. As a project lead, I often participate with them in the fun project like this. Let's say we do that now in Microsoft Teams whiteboard. I can just start off by drawing a rough outline of the showroom. First, let's all sketch on the whiteboard together. Feel free to add whatever you want, words, drawings, sketches, lines. And once we are in teams whiteboarding away, there are all kinds of fun things we can do well beyond the sketching in different colors and erasing. We don't have to do them all now, but I wanted you to get an idea of how many features Microsoft is capable of. You can react to the object on the board, insert document, import images, and place sticky notes. Whiteboard is a great collaborative tool that almost makes us feel like we are in an office again. I think we can all agree that Teams meeting are the great way to engage and communicate in a real time. But but a Teams meeting is just one component of overall Teams experience, Microsoft Teams experience. So Microsoft Teams is a collaboration platform complete with document sharing, communication, work stream organization, and many more useful features for the SMBs. Having an excellent team space is key to being able to make creative decisions and keep everything up to date on all of our projects and initiatives. Think of Teams as the hub for team collaboration in Microsoft 365 that integrate the people, content, and tools our teams need to be more engaged. For now, imagine that you have also been invited to a team and accepted the invitation. You would have received a notification in your Outlook letting you know that you would be added to a specific team. Just to demonstrate how that works, I purposely didn't add one of you to the team. So let me show you how easy is to do. You can also add people to your team without them needing a Teams account or a Teams client. Once the team, once in a Teams, uh, you can see that in my Teams view, I am a member of few existing teams that have been created in our Northwind environment. We'll be focusing on NWB 2000 e-bike team that is already set up. You'll also notice channels under the teams um, like press and media. That's where I copied the press release document earlier from the OneDrive channel help to keep line of communication clear within a given team or objective. Think of them as a related subconversion or even workspaces. Other members of the teams can still have visibility throughout the greater team, but the channel surface information for the right folks save us all time and cut the noise. As a member, you can create a channel in the greater team anytime you like. For any given team, the default channel is a general and act as a main area of all up team. I will go ahead and create a channel for us in the e-bike called showroom layout because I know that a topic we have been taking about with many peoples across the north point. So I can create a channel. One last thing about the channel, Microsoft has recognized the importance of not just private teams, but private channels within any given team. For instance, I might want to create a private channel that only select people within a team can see. I will just set those permissions. I am creating a channel. Sales data is starting to come from the new e-bike, but the monthly sales report are meant to be confidential. So we might create a private channel. I'll create one private channel. Create a private channel and grant access to just the Northwind employees that need to see the data. I actually have the first sales report as an Excel file. It was sent by Northwind sales director yesterday to me via Teams in a private chat, which is not the ideal place of document like these. I will open the Excel file now. It was sent by Northwind sales director yesterday to me via the Teams in a private chat, which is not the ideal place for the document like this. I will open this Excel file now. This is highly confidential file document. So let's go ahead and store it here securely. This is private channel by uploading it here. And not only should be secure stored, no policies have been assigned to it. So virtually anyone could be open. We can fix that with Microsoft's compliance capabilities. So we can be confident that the right folk are seeing it. Under the File tab, we can click on the info where there is an option for protect the work group. There is a sensitivity drop down with the multiple choices of level of we want to set. Let's label this as one as highly confidential. This way, only inner team can view it, and we can change the permissions at the time. So there is flexibility in creating labels and setting policies on document. You will see in real time, and this document now contain confidentially verbiage. so we are all aware of its status. You can see this file, we can able to protect confidential. Working on these documents remind me that I need to set up a future meeting with the sales team to go over these figures. Sometimes something I find really useful when it comes to the meeting in Teams is the Meet Now option. The Meet Now lets anyone in the specific team kick off a meeting instantly with all the members of that team. Maybe something urgent has come up that you need to discuss in the moment, or maybe you just want to tap into the group creativity. Meet Now is a great option for these kinds of impromptu collaboration. It's also easy to create a team meeting throughout the calendar tab. Selecting the invitees, date, time, subject, and other key information. I love that when setting up the meeting in the Teams, I can invite the entire channel without having to type in individual names. So I can directly invite the channel. We also know that a lot of people still prefer to manage the calendars and meetings from the Outlook. In Outlook, you would just set up the standard meeting, invite the people you want to conclude, and click on the Teams option. So I can show you the Outlook, the calendar, and create a new meeting. Invite the people you want to include and click on the Teams Me option, which will instantly add the Teams link to the Outlook invite. When it's time for the meeting and participant click on the link, they will go right into the Teams meeting. Do you recall the Northwind e-bike press release we saw earlier? The one I copied from the OneDrive to the press and media channel. You can see the press and media channel, this file. I like we did before with the Outlook. We can choose whether to open on Office documents, Word, PowerPoint, Excel within a Teams, within the actual applications or in a browser. I would like for all of you to open the press release in your browser as I open it in the apps or in a Teams. Again, as you can see, the experience are virtually same. Once open, we can now all look up in the top right corner of the Word document and see who is currently in the right in it. Right now, it's all of us, and we can each make comment or edit in a real time together. Now, say you have a question or want to clarify something, you can add a new comment using the at the rate symbol. to get specific coworkers' attention, just as we did in chat. I might want to get figures on the latest Northpoint customer satisfaction survey and include some of the information in the press and release. Let's say that one of you is a customer service director. I would simply mention you to request that information, and you would get a notification that I am trying to reach you. So on this document, when we are all done, no need to manually save. As you can see, the auto save option is on. So the latest press release file with all our collaboration will automatically be saved on the server in an associated SharePoint folder. Like other Microsoft 365 solution, Teams has security built into the data loss prevention. Like DLP is a great example of these. And if our organization takes advantage of DLP, we can define policies that prevent our Northwind employees from sharing sensitive information in a Microsoft Teams channel and chat session. Um, what if one of us were to attempt to share sensitive information in a Teams chat or channel with guest external users? If you want a DLP defined to prevent these messages with sensitive information that are sent to external users are deleted. This happens automatically and within seconds according to how a DLP policy is configured. Documents are secure as well. Suppose that someone attempts to share a document with guests in our Microsoft Teams channel or chat, and the document contains sensitive information. If we have a DLP policy defined to prevent this, the document won't open for those users if our DLP policy includes SharePoint and OneDrive. Let's put this to the test in Teams now. As a small company, most of us wear a lot of different hats. I often work with customer service to resolve issues when they arise. I received a chat recently from our customer service director, and there has been a problem issuing a refund to a Northwind customer. We need to act fast to reverse a charge on the customer's credit card to expedite these. I have asked for the customer's credit card number over the Teams chat. Let's say that the number is 5105 1051 and expiry date of 3rd of 25. Go ahead and try to send this number to me via the Teams chat. If customer service or any of you attempt to send this information, it will be blocked based on our policies in place. Also, policy tips appears when an action triggers with a DLP policy. This can extend to a wide array of confidential documents, include confidential information, including social security numbers and medical classification numbers. Once the sender get the block notification, they can notify an admin to review and resolve it. One thing that helped to keep us afloat during the COVID-19 was our virtual showroom. People were still buying bicycle, but it was challenging to physically come to our showroom, test ride, and talk to our sales professionals. That isn't going away. Customers still like the idea of getting a virtual tour of a bike with a professional before committing to a purchase. But managing the appointment has been cumbersome and time consuming, essentially consisting of cobbing together disparate tools to keep up with it all. To accomplish this in a seamless, straightforward way, we can now use the Microsoft Booking application. So, Microsoft Booking is an application that simplifies how we schedule and manage appointments and works as a tool for us internally, and also for how we schedule services or meetings with our customers. It gives meeting owner one platform to manage meetings and appointments on the large scale. One of the nice things about the booking is that it works as an app in Teams too. So for person providing appointments like our showroom sales professionals, once the booking setup is done, they can manage it easily in the Teams. The team member can work in the booking web application where they can add appointments, set up the services such as initial consult or uh, a showroom visit. In today's day and age of online meetings, you can even set up the service for online meetings. Customer meet for the staff in Microsoft Teams as a guest without needing to load a application. Booking will also send customer SMS reminders on their mobile devices. Let's take a look at how booking works for the customer. From the customer perspective, they would just select their choice of date and time here. As we can see, sometimes are already blocked out because our has been taken by other customers. Customers can also click throughout the day of week to figure out the best time and choose the specific staff person they might want to meet with. Once the customer input their name, email address, they are all set. The customer will immediately receive an email confirmation and a link specific to an appointment. When the customer is returned to the booking confirmation page, they can make a new booking or change their appointment time or cancel. The staff member will also receive an Outlook email confirmation with a booking link. It's easy to see booking could be useful to the internal staff, but also to businesses that really on booking customer appointments. It's a great option for any appointments that are repetitive but not recurring. These are the meetings that have very similar attributes in the terms of duration, staff members, confirmation, and reminder emails. As the product manager at the North End, I often mobile occasionally going into the office or visit our main North End showroom. Many of our employees are on the move as well, so it's important that we have access to our work tools on our mobile devices. Imagine that I am on the way to the showroom and test the ride one of the new NWB 2000 by e-bike model. SMBs can choose to either furnish corporate devices to employees or and what's become commonplace for employees to use their own mobile devices or beyond. Um, Microsoft is flexible and can provide both throughout the mobile device management and mobile application management. Studies show that allowing employees to use their own devices can increase employee satisfaction by as much as 33%, but enabling that flexibility needs to be coupled with strong security. We manage our mobile applications, devices, and related policies throughout Microsoft Intune. The 100% cloud-based mobile device management and mobile application management provides for applications and devices. It lets us control future and setting on Android, iOS, macOS, and Windows 10 devices, and it's a part of business premium. Let me give you an example in the beard scenario. Here we are looking at the iPhone device. And I want to check my calendar throughout the calendar Outlook or Teams. Before opening work-related applications, system asks me to verify I am actually me. In this case, my mobile devices has facial recognition for any for devices that don't have facial or fingerprint access. We can also provide a personal identification number or a PIN. So I touch my iPhone, and once verified, I have access to my apps. In our circumstance, Northwind is managing specific mobile apps versus managing the whole devices. That means we are protecting the important business information living in Outlook and other office applications on the mobile device. Let's fast forward an hour or so. Let's imagine that I have left my iPhone in the car, and when I get in, I realize that my device is missing or it's been stolen during my e-bike test drive. In most of circumstance, this could be cause of panic, not just because my device has been lost, but also because it has access to sensitive company information. With the Microsoft 365, unauthorized users can't access the devices as a result of biometric or PIN login. And with the managed apps approach in IT team can quickly remove the managed apps and associated data without affecting our personal information device wise. So so far we have experienced much of what Microsoft 365 has to offer for SMBs, mainly for the perspective of an end user. But what about the administrator side? How do our IT employees and contractors experience Microsoft 365 from an administrative and setup perspective? It's take a few minutes to explore that point of view. If we want to put on our administrator hats, we would first log into the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. I have an admin center. As you can see, we can get a comprehensive view of Northwind or our active users, devices, billing, and support, plus other view into our security compliance, various policies, and more. We are we have been using Microsoft Teams a lot today. So why don't we start there? If I click on the Teams here, you can easily manage Teams in the dashboard. For example, under the organization wide setting, we can enable external access, manage guest access, change Teams setting for the organization, and more. Coming back to the main admin view, let's take a look at security like data DLP, data loss prevention, and advanced threat protection. For DLP, we are already have built in templates in there, and it's very easy to configure and name policies around the credit card numbers or social security numbers, for example, and where to apply those policies. You can see these policies. Let's talk about the advanced threat protection. In the admin view, you remember when we thought it that phishing attempt in Outlook earlier in the session, that and the safe links are example of advanced threat protection, and we can manage safe link here, like create a policy, give it name, a user, and it's all easy to manage here along with items like safe attachment, anti-spam, and anti-malware policies. In the global settings, we can see blocked spam link, URL link in advertently sent in email. Let's go back to the admin center and have a look at Microsoft Endpoint Manager, where we manage all the Northpoint devices and apps. In the dashboard view, we get visibility into how many devices are managing, and if any of those devices are expiring problems or security threats, we can then switch to the apps view and view app by platform like Windows and iOS. You can see the apps, Windows, and iOS. To manage apps in a weird scenario, we can configure the test policies and decide what apps we want to manage, like Teams, Outlook, Whiteboard, PowerPoint, and others. Click on the next public apps. Sorry, select on the next data line. Under the pin, we can set if we want 6-digit pin, 4-digit pin. Now show option. That is just and that is just small high level sample of all we can do from an IT admin perspective. If you want to learn more about do a deep dive, there is another experience for that. Now that we have seen Microsoft 365 in the theory, it can be powerful to see in the practice how it's helping to solve real challenges with small and medium-sized companies in the real world. The great example is small businesses of less than 50 employees. It's actually a bike company called Priority Bike. Let's watch a short video to learn more about how they are benefiting from a Microsoft 365 solution.
at the beginning of March, my thought was, I don't know if we're going to make it to the summer.
So we're Priority Bicycles. We design and manufacture low maintenance bicycles
For everyday riders.
We were coming off a great year, and when the pandemic hit,
that all just came to a huge halt.
we really had to think creatively.
Teams allowed us to come up with great ideas together and put better product out there for our customers.
We started doing virtual visits via Microsoft Teams. We pull a bike off the wall, just like we would if somebody were here.
Hey, is that TK?
Hi, how are you?
We can show them how sizing works. We can show them how the gears and brakes work.
We can offer that personal connection through the virtual visit. All of a sudden, we could open up our showroom to customers around the world. We're able to see 2- or 3-fold the amount of customers we used to be able to see.
Microsoft Teams has changed our company as a whole.
Without Teams, there's no way this would have been possible. And I really think it's going to set a standard for retail moving forward.
As we seen today in our Microsoft 365 experience as a Northwind employees and in a real world example like Priority Bike, Microsoft 365 helps businesses stay connected and secure. Tools like Teams and how it works seamlessly with familiar office applications like Word, Excel, and Outlook make collaboration and productivity possible whether our employees are working from an office or remotely. And built-in world-class security solution like data loss prevention, data protection, multi-factor authentication, and mobile device and app management help to keep our employees, customers, and data secure across the geographic and devices. All of these enables you and your people to do what you are good at, which is your business. We also know that SMBs are thinking about being more efficient and spending fewer dollars with an integrated solution like Microsoft 365, and you can do the both. Let's move on the discussion portion of today's experience. If anyone having any queries, feel free to ask.
Sushant?
Yes, Vishal.
Sushant?
Yes, Vishal.
Uh, are there any queries from customer?
No. I
Okay,
guess
okay.
there
So
is no any query.
okay, so we will now end of this session. Thank you so much everyone for joining this call. We will share you one feedback link. Request you to please share all the details required in the feedback link. And we will be activating trial license for some of you so that you can utilize the product and you can use all the features of the product. That's it from our side. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Sushant. Have a good day.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you.